Hello, hello, hello. We are just leaving the main office, beginning probation on the road. So, all week we would have been promoting this community event, and our first stop is next to Highway Tire Shop, and we're hoping to meet some people there so that we can ask some questions and also give some giveaways in relation to Probation Week 2025 in celebration as well of our 20th anniversary under the theme 20 years of second chances, building futures, restoring hope. We anticipate a fun-filled day of engaging with the public. The entire probation team is out. We have driving our esteemed now Leeward Islands alumni cricket winner, Raquel. Yes. We are so pleased for him. And also joining me in this vehicle is our Community Service Diversion Officer, Jackie Harrigan, and Supervisor of Zeneda Haven, Yoshida Forbes. And then we have in the back another caravan of persons coming up with our Senior Probation Officer, Christine Brooks, our Senior Juvenile Care Worker, Sophia Webster, John Millington, Toya Carty, who am I missing? Natasha Hughes, and we have a fantastic intern, Shanicia Lord. Danicia, see? I'm not very good. And then we have Troy. Kalani. We have Mr. Hodge leading the caravan today. Yes, in celebration of Probation on the Road. Hopefully we'll keep you entertained, locked in for this exciting day of events and activities.
What's the color thing?
What? 20 years is green, so we utilized the color green for our 20th year. What happened? After the tire shop, we're making a stop at Maribel's parking lot, then onto the South Hill ball field. Then we head to Best Buy West. We go into Long Bay, close to the areas of Cerritos. Then we come straight up to J.W. Proctor's. We make a stop at Best Buy East, and then we go across and make a stop to Grillas, and then we stop our final stop at the People's Market. So come out. We have a number of goodies for you to receive as we undertake this community activity. Yoshida, do you have anything to add?
Come on out and support us. We have lots of goodies, lots of questions where we will be engaging the public. So come on out to learn more about probation, what we offer, and how we contribute to the society.
In addition to that, you would know if you were tuning in that tomorrow we have our big bingo event. We also have staff members who have tickets available. So as my mother said, don't come with your hands swinging, come with a $10 cash so that you can get and purchase a ticket for tomorrow night's bingo event, where the grand prize is $3,000 US.
What's the location for bingo?
The bingo is the Anguilla. It's being hosted at the Anguilla Football Stadium, and it begins at 7 p.m. We are pleased and entirely pleased to have veteran bingo aficionado former Deputy Commissioner Elliot Forbes hosting this event for us. So it promises to be an exciting, exciting event. So we look forward to seeing you and engaging your support. These probation weeks, putting on these activities are not free often. We engage the public, however, some things come at a cost, and we are hoping that there is enough funds available to defray some of the costs that would have been incurred on this particular occasion. So we are now here. Raquel, go on this side. Don't block. So go on this side. So we are now here at the Highway Tire Shop, and hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, good morning. Good morning. Persons who have, careful, stop. I'm sorry. Good morning, good morning. Those persons who have been following us, we're here at the Highway Tire Shop for Probation on the Road. So if you're under the sound of my voice, come in, come close and gather around as we give away prizes, as I ask questions about the Department of Probation to see who's been hearing, who's been listening, to find out more about the work that the department does. Come on out, come on out, come on out. Come this way, come across. So do we have to bring things to people? Okay, if that's the case, that's what we're gonna be doing. How many people do we have here at the tire shop getting their services done? Hello, good morning. Probation is in the building. Probation on the road. Good morning, good morning. How are you doing? How are you? I'm good, thanks. How are you? You ready to answer a question about probation? It depends on the question. Okay. I hope it does. Well, we come here to get the drinks. Some more are coming. Some more are coming. So I guess the question, Mr. Evans, is, we've been saying it all week, how long has probation been in operation?
I can't answer because I won't listen. I don't follow the news.
Look,
I can tell you.
tell me.
It was for 20 years because probation affected someone for me. The probation didn't do a good job.
Oh, it didn't?
No, they didn't because
Okay.
they did not notify the person that they were putting on probation, and the people who let that person out on probation should have done a better job.
Okay.
So therefore, I knew when probation started, and I hope since then you have learned to do it better.
Thank you
Because
for that.
It was a disaster.
Thank-
And you know what I'm talking about.
Thank you for that commentary.
Okay, good.
I think persons are confusing probation with parole. The Department of Probation was established 20 years ago, and parole would have been introduced in 2013. I guess with everything new, as with new organizations, mistakes can be made. However, I hope that the work over the years, one mistake doesn't define 20 years of fantastic service. So, did everyone get a bag from the department? Any other questions? Anybody else willing to answer another question? Yeah? So we're here at the Highway Tire Shop. You come back later. We have a couple more. Oh, okay. Because we're always open to hearing comments and feedback. So we welcome the opportunity. Those of you who are listening now, we're headed to Maribel's parking lot. So if you're in Sandy Ground, Swing High, South Hill, Upper South Hill, come on out and meet us at Maribel's parking lot for our next series of giveaways.
Yeah, I wasn't following in you, so I would not, when it comes to numbers, I'm not 100% clicking on that. I'd have to go back and do my research. But I got a question for you. Over the past 20 years, you've seen improvement?
Definitely seen improvement. I think what persons have to recognize is that in the absence of something, nothing exists. So in the past, we did not have a probation service where persons could have been rehabilitated in the community. Having now established probation and supervising persons in the community who would have ordinarily gone to prison, we are seeing fantastic improvements. For instance, when we look at the recidivism rate, which is the rate at which persons are likely to reoffend, we are seeing perhaps 9% in the adult population over the last 20 years. And with the juvenile population, and this is standard across the world, we are looking between 24 and 27%. So in fact, the probation team is doing a fantastic job. Like I said, we're not going to get 100% success rate, but certainly there are persons who thrive on the opportunity for a second chance. And therefore, that is where probation stands in the gap.
I believe if you save 1 out of 100, you save one.
What? Who went away for the? Who went back for the one sheep out of the 99? Millie, help me there.
The great master. Great. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you another question. At what age? Okay, if you have somebody on probation, how long do you keep them there?
Well, that depends on the court order. It depends on the court order. Because what another exciting event that happened for us was in 2021, the Child Justice Act was implemented, which diverted young persons, 14 years up to 18 years, 12 to 18 years rather, away from the formal court processes. So a probation order can last from 6 months to 3 years. So there are different conditions on the probation order, and that is what the probation team supervise. Those conditions could include curfew checks, counseling, school attendance. So the conditions are what are being supervised. And when persons breach, I guess that's where you're going, when persons breach the conditions, they are taken back to court for the court to make a decision as to how they should be dealt with.
What happens if there's no improvement and they're still under that age?
When you say there's no improvement, what do you mean?
Okay, you have somebody on probation. They're still rebellious, I would say. And the time is up.
Okay.
Court gave 3 years. 3 years is up. But
God,
they're still under
man.
the age.
Nobody gonna change in 3 years?
Huh?
You don't think somebody gonna change in 3 years?
Not everybody.
But there was no intervention with the person who you're talking about.
That's a question.
Okay.
What happens?
Well,
You
maybe
put them back in or...
it depends, because if you're saying the person is rebellious, most likely they'll reoffend.
I just use
I'm
that
just,
word.
and I'm using it too. Most likely the person will reoffend, and therefore the court will deal with that reoffending as a new matter, and they would breach their condition of the probation order. So there's a penalty with regards to breaching your condition of the probation order, and also with regards to the new offense. So we don't play people tend to advertise that probation is a soft option, it's the easy way out, and that is not the case. There are stringent conditions under which persons have to abide. And oftentimes they find that more difficult than going to prison. We've heard people say, send us to prison, right? Because of the demands of the probation order. Because not only are you addressing the criminogenic needs of the offender, you're also teaching them other things, time management. You can't show up to your appointment late. If you show up to your appointment late, that's a violation. Yeah? So there are a number of things that go into the probation order. So, any more questions?
No, I just want to congratulate you on the job.
Thank you so much.
It's a real tough job dealing with the young people, but continue good work.
Thank you.
You could only do so much.
Yes.
And let God do the rest.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And now we're heading down to Maribel's parking lot. And we hope to see some persons there waiting for us and waiting to answer questions and engage with the staff of the probation department. Thank you for your time. Let's make a move. Thank you, thank you, Shaw, for bringing the case for me. Oh gosh. Don't get me from the back. All right. We're now heading Alrighty, we're ready to move. We're heading back on the road. Let me have it, Jackie? Yes, please. We're heading back on the road. It's always good to get the feedback of the public.
Well, you could highlight some of, well, not now, when we get on the water swamp, highlight some of those same points that we brought up.
Which? Am I still talking or you were on silent?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
But then when we hit the water swamp, highlight some of those same points.
Well, this is gonna flow based on. Why are we saying that's Lloyd? Oh, we're looking at trees, Lloyd. Okay, alrighty. Thank you.
What we could do to talk about some of
So I think what a lot of people don't recognize, and I'm probably giving away some of the questions here, is that when we started in 2025, the Department of Probation was given a 7-person organizational chart that looked at the Chief Probation Officer, two seniors, one with the responsibility for juveniles and one with the responsibility for adults, and then each having a team of 2 persons. After, within 2 years, the department was given responsibility for the establishment of the residential center, now known as Zenada Haven. In that time as well, We added a counselor to the team and a community service officer to the team as well. We then introduced parole. That came later, and now diversion under the Child Justice Act. We are excited that next Wednesday, after several years of negotiation and planning, we'll be signing formally the contract for electronic monitoring. That is another event that will be carried live, and we encourage the public not only to sign in with regards to the event, but also the fact that persons can hear more about electronic monitoring. There's no keep going. So we're not seeing anyone here waiting for us at Maribel, so we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
We're gonna keep going by the football team.
We're gonna keep going, and if we don't see anyone there waiting for us,
Right across the road from
we should do that probably coming up. We will keep heading west to Best Buy West. Exciting. Well, we had a wonderful stop at the Highway Tire Center. Yeah.
Very engaging.
Yes.
Lots of questions asked. So it was quite interesting to realize that people wanted to know more about what the department is offering. So it was quite engaging.
Yes. It's a bit of a double-edged sword in a way, that after 20 years, some information is still lost. Although there's much effort to get the word about the work of probation out there in the public. We did hear the concerns of one person where the feeling was that parole did not work well in that instance, where there was no victim notification, if I was understanding his concerns clearly. However, certainly things have changed and improved. There is a victim notification with regards to the parole process, and if I could explain that a bit, persons who are sentenced to HMP have a parole eligibility date. In the event that they're interested in parole, they apply for parole. The Department of Probation is notified of that application, and then they at that point notify the victim. The probation parole officer is then responsible for putting together a report, the pre-parole investigation report that details the inmate's time while in prison. The significance of that report is the risk assessment that is offered and giving the information to the parole board whether or not that person should be granted parole. That does not mean, however, that the parole board adheres, or they have no obligation to adhere to the recommendations made and the decisions by the recommendations made by the probation officer. While all of that is happening, prior to the report, there are community checks, there are house checks that happen to ensure that the inmate has some place to live, and also that there is a possibility of a job lined up. Once the inmate is released from prison, there is a check done at that home within 24 hours of that release. So, and then of course, there is the license that is supervised, and that details the level of engagement undertaken by the probation officer while the person is on license. Any questions, Lloyd? You look like you had a question.
Up to what age Do these persons stay under the department, your department?
Any age. It's any age. Once, if, like I said, the Child Justice Act changed, and persons are listening, changed the age of criminal responsibility from 10 to 14, 12 in some instances, and so we manage juveniles up to 18. So if you're over 18, an adult, then no matter what stage of an adult you are, and if there's a criminal offense, once the court orders you to probation, or if you're released on license, we are obliged to supervise that order.
When you say release on license, what do you actually mean?
That's parole,
Oh,
right? So you call it a parole license. And similar to the probation order, the parole license has conditions. And what is exciting for us is that with the implementation of the electronic monitoring, that those conditions will be much easier to supervise, particularly if they detail inclusion and exclusion zones. So no longer will the probation officer have to make physical checks, rely on reports from the public with regards to the location of some persons. Yes, the electronic monitoring devices will ensure that those persons are where they're supposed to be at any given time.
so that will, in terms of if they have a curfew, that
Yes.
will tell you exactly what time they're in house?
Yes, because the curfew condition will be what you call an inclusion zone. So the curfew will say you're required to be at home 6 or 7 p.m. until 6 or 7 a.m. Your house becomes an inclusion zone for that period.
With reference to the electronic monitoring, which is supposed to come into being, are there strikes in reference to an individual breaking
Yes.
that curfew?
Yes, and it depends on a couple of things with regards to if the person breaks curfew, the length of time at which they break curfew, and the conditions or the risk that they have been assessed at. So those are the considerations that are made with regards to how then persons respond. Because the court will give persons curfew based on concerns around activities at night. Therefore, if some persons break their curfew for two consecutive times, that is a breach and therefore can be violated, taken back to court and have the court make a decision with that regard, with that, right? Alternatively, if it's a low risk person, if the individual has been assessed as low risk, then the response may not be the same. They engage with the probation officer, and based on the explanation, the probation officer makes the determination whether or not or how to move forward with regards to that matter.
What about if someone have a restraining order? Um, how will that the electronic monitoring affect that?
That is quite an interesting question, and it's out of the purview of the Department of Probation. Yeah? So currently, we are looking at persons who have been placed on probation or parole. There is also conditions for bail, but that is not being supervised by the Department of Probation. However, with the implementation of the Act, if the person is given the order that you spoke of, then we will have to set the inclusion zones. We have to recognize where the victim is situated, where the victim works, the route of travel. All those things have to be considered. Yeah. So we are now here at the South Hill ball field. And is it on? It's on? It's on? It's on. The volume? Yeah. Can persons hear me? I don't know. Hello, hello. You're saying, is it on there? Oh, here we go. All right, all right, all right. Jackie? Oh. All right, all right. We're here at the famous ball field. We're not seeing persons, but we're gonna take some items over to Greg's Trucking. We're crossing the, where is Trevor? Thank you, thank you. I'm tired. Over to Greg's Trucking. Give me a bag, give me a bag. Thank you for stopping. Here you go. Thank you. It's Probation on the Road. Give me one. We're here. Yes. We're not blocking the road. Okay. So we're heading into Greg's Trucking to give away some of our goodies. Good morning, good morning. How are you? We're Probation on the Road, and we're out in the community. We are live, so you can tap into us at Lloyd's Live and tell your friends we're heading west. Thank you. All righty. We're heading west. We're heading west. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to drop it in the back. Oh, I dropped one in the back. Go ahead. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. You ready? We're Probation on the Road. Thank you for stopping. Probation on the Road. Thank you. This is our community engagement event. I guess he didn't want to stop. Could somebody come over on this side with some bags? Can somebody come over on this side?
Come on inside.
Oh, are you taking a t-shirt inside? Yeah, you could give her one. Here, yeah. Come. Okay, this is the Departments of Probation's community engagement event. Thank you. This is Probation on the Road. So we're here. Could you... Let's get... So we're here at the South Hill Ball Field. If you're heading west, we'll be here for the next few minutes. We'll be here for the next few minutes. Bring more than two, Rick. Bring more than two. Could somebody bring some stuff over this side? Could someone bring some stuff over on this side? Could someone bring some things over on this side? We're Probation on the Road. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 people on one side of the road. Goodness, goodness. So, probation on the road, our community engagement event. Put it in the back. Our community engagement event. Probation on the road. For those of you who have your friends, please link into Lloyd's Live. We're heading west. We're heading west. And our next stop will be Best by West. Check the dancing. Check the dance. Oh, he stopped dancing now. Probation on the road. Probation on the road. Probation on the road. Our community engagement. Our community engagement event. We need more persons and things on this side of the road, please. Probation on the road. Where the bags? Where the bags? Give them space to pull over. Give them space to pull over. Probation on the road. Our community engagement event. 20 years of probation service. 20 years of second chances. Building futures, restoring hope. And of course, much of our work could not be done without the support and engagement of the community. So this is our way of giving back and to show our appreciation for those agencies and organizations that we engage with. The Department of Probation, we have an MOU with partner agencies to ensure that our work goes well. We have an MOU established with the Royal Anguilla Police Force, the Department of Social Development, Education, Health Authority, Immigration, and Labor Department. Millie, just grab a box. Just take up a box. "20 years of probation in Anguilla, 20 years of second chances, building futures, restoring hope." Our community engagement event, and we thank you for stopping. We thank you for your support. People are waiting on this side, Lily. Could we get a bag? Could we get a box? Could we get a box? What? We done? Okay. So we're moving on. The small bags as well. Catch us at West End. We're moving. How are you? We're moving now to Best by West. We're moving now to Best by West. They stopped giving away right here, so stop holding up. Yeah? Okay. Alrighty. So we're heading to Best by West. Who has the? A lot of hot. Nobody bringing water for us? Can we get some water, please? water, please? Thank you. Wait, I'm Jackie. She gone somewhere else? Oh, she gone in the back? No more space in the back. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. You know you don't want that. You're back there.
I know. That was she really trying to sneak away. That what she do.
Yeah. I could imagine. Lord of mercy. Oh gosh, oh gosh, yes.
Probably after doing that because people are really
Stopping, yeah, yeah.
That was
So that's
that was
good.
a good
Yeah.
stand there.
Yes. Yeah.
They say they're not hearing your questions live. They're hearing Miss Johnson.
Oh, okay, okay.
I can fix that.
And somebody said fix the focus.
Fix the focus on your ear, Lloyd. Thank you.
Thanks.
Just
See
see
if
everybody in
Mr.
the back.
Shadem wanted.
Yeah, but others gonna want as well. I have thanks. Thank you. Alrighty, so we are now heading. Ooh. Right.
So Lord, you want some water?
We gave him. Oh,
No,
you did. Okay.
I'm good until we reach the.
We reach west. Okay. Good, good, good. So we're now heading to Best Buy West.
She got some engagement there because it's a busy
Yeah.
area.
Yeah. Yes, so I anticipate that in Best Buy West we have a captive audience with the shoppers. Are you, Sheeta?
Right.
What we gonna do? We'll run through the shoppers.
You'll definitely be in your space.
Yes, definitely. So our community engagement probation on the road is our second to final event. We started rather probation week on Saturday with a staff party, an all black vibes affair. Unfortunately, who was sitting next to me cannot relate. Probation on the road is happening. Probation on the road is happening as we speak.
Yes, folks,
Our
we are now leaving the Southfield Ball Field and heading west. So those of you who are in the area, please head up to Best Buy Supermarket West and please engage the team as they try to enlighten you in reference to what is probation, how it operates, and any questions that you may have, you can post to this experienced and reliable team
And we
here.
also have questions for them.
Probation on the road.
And yes, and we also have questions for them. So in addition to the swag bag, they can win cups and tumblers if they answer questions. Also, particularly in light of the fact that we are heading to Best Buy West, we have tickets on sale. Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Shelia Rogers Webster. On Wednesday, we appeared on Anguilla Rebranded with Keystone Graves. In the afternoon, we handed out the awards that were outstanding from the gala that was hosted in January. So I think we started on the road even before being on the road, because we gave past staff members, past ministers, past PSs, their awards for their 20-year or their contribution to the development of probation over the past 20 years. The development of probation over the past 20 years. Staff also, current staff, also received their awards for their current contributions to the department. I also appeared on Class FM promoting the bingo on Wednesday afternoon. Yesterday was intended to be our staff development day. However, that plan has been delayed and will be rescheduled at some point because of another obligation that staff attended. And today, we are on probation on the road, our community engagement event where we're out in the community engaging persons about probation and giving away our promotional items and asking questions about what people may know about probation over the past 20 years. We had a wonderful engagement at the Highway Tire Shop. There were a number of questions being asked at that stop, some concerns expressed that we know that have been addressed over the years, and we're always open to feedback. Of course, you know, when any new system introduced, it has some teething pains. However, after 20 years, the Department of Probation is well seasoned and has had a number of accomplishments, not only with the expansion of the service or the offender management offerings, but also regional recognition. We hosted the first probation officer from Montserrat for a 3-month stint several years ago. We hosted BVI for 1 week on a South-South exchange with regards to restorative justice. So there are a number of elements that we continue to improve our service. While we are challenged with staff, we encourage persons to apply for the post that they see available once qualified, because probation, while a challenging area of work, is also exciting. To transform the lives of persons is an impactful and transformative area of work. And I know that each officer has success stories. Each officer has been burdened by where they would have experienced not personal failure, but there was hope for the offender and things may have gone astray. However, I am excited to realize that this year, for the second time, we have someone that has been nominated who was under the purview of the Department of Probation. So we are pleased with the work that's being done. We recognize that, like I said previously, we're not going to get the 100%, but in the absence of probation to stand in the gap, where would we be? So I'm quite pleased with the work that staff are doing. I'm happy with the impact that we are making, and I see that based on the laughter that is happening in the back, Yoshida will soon abandon me. Yes.
You made reference to people applying for positions in the Department
Yes.
of Probation.
Mm-hmm.
What particular requirements are you looking for in an individual?
Yes. For the probation officer, junior level, a bachelor's degree in a social science area, whether that be criminal justice, criminology, social work, psychology, those areas, because then what happens internally is that we then train or we put persons to gain experience in the management of probation in Anguilla. While Anguilla is an overseas territory, how we arrive at being a probation officer is quite different to the UK. We've been advocating for some time for a bespoke program that then each probation officer can undertake, but that is now sometime in the making. However, there are a couple of organizations that Anguilla is a part of, namely the Community Justice Overseas Territories Network, which is the overseas territories of the UCOTS, and also the Caribbean Association of Probation and Parole, where I see much scope in our exploration and development of a service that speaks to the broader expectations of a probation officer.
By the way, folks, just to remind you that we are on the road, probation on the road, celebrating its 20th year of existence. Tell us a little bit more about that again, Josephine, please.
Okay, so this is our 20th year, as you rightly said, and we're having Probation Week 2025. I often tell people that the Department of Probation has 3 anniversaries. January 2nd, when 2005, when the doors of the Anguilla Probation Service opened, and June 1st, when we began actively managing offenders in the community, and May 9th, when we opened the doors of Zenada Haven. So, in terms of probation work, over the past 20 years, we would have started only looking at probation supervision. Since that time, the department has been tasked with providing counseling, providing supervision for unpaid work, which is community service, also with residential care, with Zenada Haven, the introduction of parole, and the introduction of diversion of juveniles, which also changed the age of criminal responsibility under the Child Justice Act. And as I have said, we're excited about introducing electronic monitoring in the not too distant future.
What you made reference earlier to Zenada Haven.
Mm-hmm.
What role does Zenada Haven play in a juvenile's life?
Well, I'm going to hand the mic over to Mrs. Forbes to answer that.
Okay, so hi everyone, Probation on the Road. So Zenada Haven plays a very vital role in the probation department. We manage juveniles between the ages of 12 to 18 who would have committed offenses. In addition to that, we also cater to persons who may need structured guidance, and those persons would be on care and protection. Yeah. As those children come into the department, once they're with us, they are exposed to various interventions such as counseling, spiritual interventions, sports. Um, we introduce them to culinary. Any opportunity that we find that would benefit them, we do so. In addition to that, each client undertakes an intake session where they answer various questions, and based on the questions, we then create intake summaries which guides their care plans. Each child has an individualized care plan which caters to their needs and um, contributes to the success of that client once they're discharged.
All
We're
right.
now here at Best Buy West. So come on out and engage, ask more questions, and likewise, we will ask you questions and receive goodies.
Hello. Can you hear me? Ooh, hello. What is it? Am I
Music
doing?
only on.
It says, it can come out?
I think so.
Press it again.
Music only off.
Why it says,
Is it music on it on?
how should I didn't turn it off.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, here we go.
It just
I don't think this mic likes me. Hello, hello, hello. We're now at Best Buy West. Best Buy West. For those, tell him turn down the music. Where Jack? Where Jack? Tell him turn down the music a little. Hello. Hello. Yes, how can we help? You have to answer a question. You have to answer a question. What do you know about probation? You're willing to answer a question? What do you know about probation? Yeah. Nothing? Anyway, we're gonna still give you something. Even though you said you don't know anything, but I don't believe you one.
He just don't want to answer.
I think so too. We'll still give you some of our giveaways. We're here at Best Buy West. Probation, we're having our community engagement event, Probation on the Road. So the Department of Probation, we manage offenders in the community. So persons who would have gotten a court order, parole license, we supervise the conditions in the community. So this year, probation is observing its 20th anniversary. So as part of our Probation Week 2025, 20 years, 20 years, we are engaging the public in this activity as our community engagement event. Yeah?
Very nice.
Any questions?
Well, I think I get the message.
You got the message.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello. We're here at Best. The mic. We're here at Best Buy West with our community engagement event, Probation on the Road. Oh, my cousin Garvey. Oh. Hi, Garvey. How are you? I'm well. So, can I ask you a question about probation, or you haven't been keeping up with the news?
Well, I haven't been keeping up with news, to be honest.
Okay, so this year the Department of Probation is observing its 20th anniversary.
Okay.
So June, one of our anniversary dates, we are having Probation Week 2025. So this is our Probation on the Road community engagement event.
Oh, very nice.
So we're engaging, we are going through, I think this is our third stop, and we're engaging persons in the community, giving away some of our paraphernalia, allowing persons to meet the team. There are a number of staff out today, and that's basically what we're doing.
And it's beautiful. The colors are vibrant. It's nice, and it's a great thing you're doing. It's beautiful. It's wonderful, and I got mine. So just keep doing the good works. You know.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We appreciate
All right.
that.
Thank you so much.
You have a
good one.
All
Thank
righty.
you.
Thanks.
All right.
Alrighty, thank you. So we're here at Best Buy West, Probation on the Road, engaging the public in our giveaways. Natasha, did this person get something in the white? In the white car? No. Yes, yes, yes. Probation on the Road. Our community engagement event. Mr. Alistair, how are you?
All is well?
Yes, all is
All
well.
right.
This is our Probation on the Road event.
Okay.
So my question to you is, what is the current age of criminal responsibility in Anguilla?
Current age of criminal responsibility in Angola, that should be, I think it's 17, 18, thereabout.
Actually, not quite right.
Okay.
But what the concerning thing was that the age of criminal responsibility was 10. In yes, it was 10. In 2021, that was changed to 14 under the Child Justice Act. The legislation also addressed those anomalies in legislation where a child at 16 was considered an adult. So clearly now someone 18 is an adult. So those are the changes that were made under the Child Justice Act, supported by the Department of Probation.
Well, I've been out of
So,
the system for a
of
while.
course
so,
you have
yes.
been, yes.
But
So
congratulations on
thank
your
you.
20 years, though.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Second chances, building futures, restoring hope. You're welcome. So we're here at Best Buy West. And we're going to be wrapping up right now. If you haven't seen us, we're heading into Long Bay, so you can wave us. We're going to be in the areas of Sarita, and then we're heading to J.W. Proctor's. So see you at our next stop. Probation on the Road comes to you as we celebrate 20 years of second chances. Here we go, here we go. Huh? Christine? Yeah, Christine are the one dealing with shirts. All right, as we wait for the others to load up, we are now leaving Best Buy West, heading east. Okay, thank you. Heading through Long Bay. We're going west. We're going through down here.
Good time down?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you saying?
Shanta was saying that Lloyd's sticking. Okay, it's a service, but he did say that.
So put a note in your thing then.
I'll reply to Shanta.
All right, as we wait for the team to load up, we'll be heading through Long Bay. And we'll be stopping in the heart of the village next to Sarita's, and we'll be giving out items there as well and engaging the community.
You know, today's
Probation.
it's a really lovely day for you guys here today because out and about, people meeting people and explaining to them the works, the services offered, even not necessarily in person, but also virtually meeting
Yes.
people and
Yes.
enlightening them. So today is a great day for the Department of Probation here in England.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you. We felt it important to have this documented through live engagement, and also the hope that the live broadcast will draw persons out
And
to engage.
you know, the fact that you all are coming out to the different communities instead of staying in an office, speaks volumes.
Yes. And that is one thing I can say about my team. We do believe in community engagement. I remember my years as a teacher, as a primary school teacher, that I often would go to the parents' home. And a part of our obligation as probation officers is to get out into the homes, into the communities, into the school to ensure that what persons have been ordered by the court to do is being done. That we are not only enforcing the court order, but supporting the person in achieving. Because probation is not established or has not been established to make people fail. We have to ensure their best interest while also enforcing the requirements of the law. And in that regard, we have made some internal policy decisions. For instance, there are times where someone would be given a community service order only, and what we recognize is that sometimes we develop or understand that other things are happening with that person. And therefore, we established what we call our 80-20 split, where up to 20% of the hours that the probationer has been allocated for community service is used for other direct interventions, whether that is counseling, whether that is some type of training, whatever the needs are that have been identified, that we support the transition of that person.
Which is really great, because as you made mention earlier, that all intervention helps.
Yes. Yes, and we're happy. I think we're happy with the establishment of the community service unit led by Mrs. Hyacinth Bradley, because for years now, because probation, you would recognize, comes at the tail end, and while we were advocating for interventions, it would not have been our remit. So we really are happy that the community service unit now exists, and that the interventions that and support that are not found within the Department of Probation are afforded through that unit. So there are a lot of things happening. I know that the current administration has committed to investing in social services. So that is something that we are happy to see, and how that will manifest itself for probation. Because I think what persons may not be aware of is that in the 20-year history of the department, we have only benefited from two scholarships, two in the 20-year history of the department.
That's
Yes.
that's about low.
Yes, it's a lot low. It's a lot low, particularly if a department was established, residential care came on board. But what is fortunate for us, even despite those limitations, several years ago, the department would have looked at the the department as a best practice model in the region based on our approach to residential care, that we're not
Wait.
that we're not institutionalized. We run the center in like a home-like environment. The young men may not, the young somebody is coming. The young men may not appreciate that because they've been deprived of their liberty, but certainly we make it our best efforts not to have young people feel as if they're institutionalized.
And just to add, while they may not appreciate their freedom limited to some extent, a number of them are quite grateful for the intervention because it allowed them to realize that they have so much more opportunities at store. So while they may not appreciate their freedom being taken away at that point, at that initial point, they're quite appreciative of the intervention and the support given while they're there at the center.
Yes, that's correct. Because I think what opportunities are provided for them at the center to explore their interests, because this may have been something that they may have not done before. We have placed persons in jobs. So, for instance, we have one young man who is currently in a job that he was benefit from while at Zenada. He has since then gotten promotions, and I could say that he's been there over 10 years, I want to believe, in that post. We're here on the Meads-based strip. We've stopped. We're handing out promotional items at Leon's, and we're moving slowly into Long Bay.
Up to the area around Cerritos. So, folks, if you are viewing, you want to be a part of this, please come out. We will be at Cerritos momentarily for a few, and we will be doing some giveaways. Don't be afraid of the questions. The questions are easy questions, and you still will get a gift. So don't be afraid. Come out, get a gift, and it will be a memorabilia in the sense that Probation on the Road 20th anniversary. You was a part of that, and you would have something to show your involvement in Probation on the Road 2025.
Thank you for that, Lloyd. And I'm seeing some tourists benefiting from our giveaways. In addition to the sun, sea, and sand, they got a little bit of probation memorabilia. Oh, goodness. Yes, folks. Our community engagement event, Probation on the Road. We're so happy to be out here engaging the public, having them engage with staff, and learning more about the Department of Probation. I said earlier that when we started, the Department of Probation had an organizational chart of 7. Currently, at full capacity, the organizational chart stands at 33, and that includes 8 relief workers. It does not include the housekeeper cook at Zenada Haven. However, like I have been saying, we are significantly short-staffed. However, the quality of the work undertaken has not diminished. Maybe that's why we're not being taken seriously, Ashida, because we're still doing good. But certainly we could appreciate how that is a strain on staff. The quality of our reports continue to be at a high standard, and persons still support the department. The feedback from courts is quite positive, and we continue not only to engage with the courts, but with but with our community
Here I would say the landmark.
partners.
Honorable, I would have to say Evan Richardson, former politician, representing Anguilla,
We moving on?
representing Ronald Webster back in the early days.
Yeah.
This is where
Let's
you would
move
have
on,
found
Raquel.
Evan.
Yes. Wait.
Yes, folks, we are here in Long Bay now.
We
at the
made a
top
stop at a house.
of the hill, overlooking Marijuana by the home of the late Evan Richardson, um, former politician back in the day, and his grands and great grands were blessed, I would say, with gifts from the Department of Probation on their 20th anniversary. So, folks, we're heading to the area around Saritas where we'll be another stop, and we'll be there for a few. Come out.
Raquel is pulling
Drive
over.
past. You can
So she
drive
could come.
past and you can receive a gift.
Okay, keep moving, Raquel. I heard somebody said no more bands. Yes.
Long Bay and Villa. We're heading eastward right now, making a loop of the different stops. Our next stop will be
JW Proctor's.
Proctor's in
So it'll be
Quarter.
straighting. Yeah.
Yes, folks. Be prepared, be engaged, be informed, be a participant in what we are doing here today, educating, motivating the populace here in Anguilla.
Yes, thank you for that. We're happy that our former senior probation officer, Mr. Shanta Brooks, has logged into our live. She was a valuable member of our team, and we certainly are happy that she has joined us on live. We hope that she could have been here, and I'm sure she does as well, because she would have missed our gala, and now she is now missing the exciting time that we're having here at Probation Week 2025. But rest assured, Tishanta, we have all your goodies awaiting you upon your return. So Tashanta Brooks, not only was she our first senior probation officer, she was our first probation officer with the responsibilities for adult. So essentially, she would have laid the groundwork for operations of the adult team. Quite smart, quite brilliant young lady who has employed a number of multifaceted interventions for probationers. So we're here at Sarita's. We're going to come out. Hello, young man. Are you willing to answer a question for us?
I'll try to answer the question.
We're here on Lloyd's Live. Oh, I don't have
Oh,
the
you got me
mic.
live?
Yeah.
I'm very camera shy, you know.
Are you camera shy?
Yeah. We have t-shirts, we have...
Okay, I have a easy question for you. The Department of Probation has a bi-monthly article in the newspaper. Do you know the name of that article?
Bi-monthly article.
Yes.
I'm afraid
In the
I don't know.
okay. So for those of you who don't know, twice a month, the Anguillian has graciously agreed to print articles by the Department of Probation under the banner Probation and You.
Probation.
Yes. So we use the Probation and You article to inform persons not only about the work that we're currently doing in the Department of Probation, but also what is happening internationally with regards to the development of the probation service. So, yes. So this year we're observing 20 years of second chances, and we said we're going to stop here. This is one of our stops along Long Bay. We would have given out some items lower down across the Meads Bay Strip, and if there's anybody inside, encourage them to come out.
They're walking at the moment,
working.
I can carry it for them.
Oh yeah, sure. What?
Busy getting some work done.
Is my mic on? I don't know. Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, you had my back. Oh, okay, good. But Christine, we gave out. You have to tell Christine how much you gave out along the Meads Bay Road. So we're here in Long Bay, and so I was telling you about, we have a vehicle, we have, Taya, you have something for this vehicle? Hello, how are you? Congratulations, by the way. We have one of our Men's Week honorees who just passed, Delano Smith. We have anything for the truck? We have anything for the truck? Okay. You gave them already? Okay. Yeah. So he's one of the Men's Week honorees. Yes, congratulations. Hey, Delano. No? I am here with Delano. And we're trying to get him to answer a question about probation. So the question I have for you, how many community service hours can an adult get while on probation?
How many hours? Let me see. About 300, I think.
That's a slap on the wrist. The amount of hours an adult on community service can get is 1,200 hours. Yes, a little short, a lot short. Juveniles, however, have a minimum of 500 hours on a community service. So thank you for engaging. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I good.
You're good? Yeah. All righty, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And on behalf of the Department of Probation, we also want to extend our congratulations to our Men's Week honoree standing here with us. So congratulations to you.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Fantastic. All righty. You take care. Continue to take care. We're going to be... All righty. Take care. Your hair looks very nice.
That's a Sunday, right? That's a Sunday, right?
So, we're going to be moving on now. All righty. Okay, we could pull over wherever. Tell wherever you want to pull over, we pull over. Okay. Okay. All righty, we're gonna soon take.
The white is for tomorrow. I can't get mine for today. I want to say tomorrow. Yes, for the big way. If you need the white, then come out for the big go. Okay.
All righty. Oh gosh, thanks. Ooh. In and out of this truck, eh? I know. Okay. So we were happy to run into Delano.
Yes, that was fitting.
Yes, we're happy to run into Delano, who is a 2025 Men's Week honoree.
I was 24.
I was what? 23, 22? I don't even remember when. I don't know, 23? Women's Week. Okay. One of the questions, Yoshida, who is the Chief Probation Officer of the Department of Probation?
Miss Jocelyn Johnson, that's too easy.
Sorry, no one choked myself. Oh, that was so funny. Okay, so we are moving.
Come on out. This is quite engaging. Most people, well, a lot of people don't know the insides of the Department of Probation. So this is an opportunity to come out and ask questions and be informed, engaged, and be educated about the great work that we do within the community.
Thank you, Yoshida. So,
we're on Bednes Road now, heading to the main road where it is. We'll be camping out.
we'll be camping out for a bit, taking a little break, taking a little refreshment break.
But you can stay with us. So
You can stay with us, yes. And you can please pose any questions that you want answered in the live as we take our break. We will check the live and we will answer those questions. So we're
For those of you who want to know precisely where we are in the area of Kachena and heading to Bednes Well, Rogers Well. We're making a quick stop. We have the waterworks guys repairing the water line. So we'll stop by them also. And they look beautiful in their blue, huh?
I know, right? Good uniform. Yeah. So that's 4 bags there.
Yes, folks, probation on the road. Probation.
Oh my God, he blocking. Oh my gosh, he blocking to make sure they get their stuff. Let me jump out. You're holding us captive? That's funny. Well, so because you get your bag, you have to answer a question. So you're going to come down? Okay, if you know my name?
No, just know your boy senior.
So who am I connected with?
Churchill people.
Churchill people? Not quite. So I thought that would have, Santa Ground, South Hill. But you know Valdez?
Oh, Valdez sister.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Close enough. Okay. Our 20th anniversary. Yeah. So are you done put on your t-shirt? And we were liking the blue. All righty. Thank you for your good work. All righty. Take care. All righty. Probation on the road. We're happy to have engaged with department. Yes, go ahead, Lloyd.
You see what they've done? They've already
Put on shirts on, yes. Of waterworks.
Hey, Uncle. How are you? Yes. Hey, how are you, John?
Yeah?
You good?
Did they get no shot? They asked for a shot too?
Put back the block on the road then.
A large? Yes, so we're here. Where are we, Lloyd? You remember the name?
Yes, we are on Bednes
Road.
And we are by Katrina.
And we were held captive by waterworks. Fantastic, fantastic. So, I know, right? So we're moving on, we're moving on. And we will take a short break to replenish ourselves.
We still will be live, and so you can stay with us. It's like this. We will chew, and you will
swallow. I don't know how kind that is, Lloyd. Oh, goodness. We'll keep the music going for your listening pleasure. And sorry, over what? Okay, nice, nice. Probation on the Road is coming to you. 20 years of second chances, building futures, restoring hope. It's interesting from our work when you give people opportunities to achieve how they can then see themselves differently. That then provides the space for rehabilitation to occur when persons' worldview change, the way that they look at themselves change. Because we come from a society that is always not so forgiving. So there are a lot of lessons to be learned because some of them come with heavy burdens of labeling, being told they're not good enough, being told they cannot succeed. And these come from the mouths of people who have significant impact on their lives. So therefore, teaching a different mindset, teaching them to look at themselves differently is where probation comes in. And yes, allowing them the opportunity
to embrace their talents and skills and to see that there's so much more that the world has to offer for them as well.
Yes, very good. I was mentioning in my Anguilla rebranded interview where we spoke about last year, I had the opportunity funded by the government of Anguilla and the FCDO to attend an electronic monitoring conference in Portugal. And then Yoshida, you some years ago, who did an attachment in Philadelphia. And what we learn and what we recognize that we, even on our small scale, we are performing interventions that people have done multi-thousand-dollar studies on. But it's only that we often don't have the type of resources that they have, but the impact of our interventions are still the same. Right? That we afford persons the opportunity. We have persons who've been president of the Anguilla Youth Council. We've had persons who've represented Anguilla sixth form, represent and have graduation awards, who've represented Anguilla in football, you know? So it's just a matter of having persons see their potential in a space where the lessons have been that you cannot achieve. So that's where probation stands in the gap. So we'll sign off now. When I said I know we're not signing off, I mean that we are signing off in terms of the talking while we will have our refreshment break. And once that has concluded, we will come back to you and continue this journey of probation on the road.
the first place. Just close by yourself when you press the button.
But no, it got fun.
Yeah? Maybe like to live dangerously.
My fruits. Is that all I trouble my fruits?
Yeah, it's good. Let's play Russian roulette.
We have a meeting on the road on Tuesday morning. I am the CEO of the road, the road meeting, so I'm gonna go direction. So we can even reach high until the road meeting, on the stage meeting, on the ground meeting, we have a the truck meeting, until the road meeting, on the stage meeting, on the truck meeting, road meeting, shop your location, tell me where you want me to go, with no hesitation, anybody in line for you, shop your location, show me where you want me to go, with no hesitation, make me make sense, pulling on the parade, anybody be tight, or something that I want to tell you, you know I love the night, we sharing this road together, the state's not too far behind, this one goes out to every friend, to discuss your behavior, when you're in road, get on the cup, get chat, and let this be more, some numbers is one from all, even a year, inside there you got to find, this day we say, let me look about the water, until the right meeting, on the stage meeting, on the ground meeting, we up at the truck meeting, until the right meeting, on the stage meeting, on the truck meeting, road meeting, shop your location, tell me where you want me to find you, with no hesitation, anybody in line for you, shop your location, show me where you want me to find you, with no hesitation, make me make sense, who ready for the road meeting, the road meeting, the road meeting, who ready for the road meeting, the road meeting, the road meeting, we have a meeting on the road on Monday morning, the road meeting, we have a meeting on the road on Tuesday morning, I am the CEO of the road meeting, the road meeting, so I'm gonna go direction. So we can even reach high until the road meeting, on the stage meeting, on the ground meeting, we up at the truck meeting, until the road meeting, on the stage meeting, on the truck meeting, road meeting, shop your location, tell me where you want me for you, with no hesitation, anybody in line for you, shop your location, show me where you want me for you, with no hesitation, make me make sense, we're ready for the road meeting.
Yes, I can hear them saying, boy, stop living in the past. Where can I find that energy, the raw magic that comes down from the grassroots? Yes, I'm from a place where soca, the resounding power. You could feel any time, any hour, sunshine or shower. You will feel it anywhere you look, and it reads like a storybook. I come from when tongue used to carry it. We used to carry it when it ground, we used to carry it. We used to carry it when it ground, we used to carry it. We used to carry it when it ground, we used to carry it. We
People, thank you all so much for tuning in. Also, City 2025 Soca makes so many people been asking for the soca. Makes for the dance, for the bacchanal, for the energy. It's finally here. Everybody, who like to do a big thing, big, big.
Yes, folks, we are moving. We are moving. We are heading east. We are heading to Proctor's. Just give us a second. We will be back with you in a minute.
Yes.
One for Cyril, one for Lloyd, one. You get one?
I get that one.
Okay, one first.
Bring a napkin, Yoshida.
Just a minute, folks. Getting ourselves back in order. A bit shaky, but that's okay. We will be good shortly. Alrighty, getting in order.
So we're back as we load up. We had a wonderful refreshment break and a little bit of community. And now we're heading back to the east, J.W. Proctor's.
Here we come.
And then we're heading to Best Buy East.
Yes, folks, it's happening. It's happening. The Department of Probation's 20th anniversary year of service to the nation of Anguilla. What's the theme?
20 years of second chances, building futures, restoring hope.
That's a very powerful theme.
It is, it is.
In the nation.
Yes, it is. And if persons are aware of our logo, the bottom banner ribbon reads, "A second chance to balance the scale." That is what the ribbon to the bottom of the probation logo reads. That logo was introduced in 2010 when the Department of Probation observed its probation week anniversary at that time. No, I'm sorry. When we observed our 10th year anniversary in 2015.
So here we go. Leaving Rogers Well and heading eastward towards Proctor's. So folks, if you're at a supermarket, you can wait for us. You won't miss us because we have music, we have balloons, and we have us.
We have a caravan. We have a caravan of probation officers Heading now to J.W. Proctor's 20 Years of Second Chances, Building Futures, Restoring Hope. This is our 20th anniversary observation, Probation Week 2025. Probation on the Road is our community outreach where we're going through the island and engaging with the public, giving away our paraphernalia, asking questions. And I would encourage you at this time that in the Anguillian, each unit is responsible for producing a Probation and You article. So Probation and You is our way of not only staying connected to the community, but informing the community not only of the work that we are doing, but also developments in probation around the world. Sometimes, however, over the years, persons have used the opportunity to engage whether clients or community service providers to report on their experiences while on probation. I think oftentimes those are the best received. Probation and You over the years. So please take a moment to engage the Anguillian with the Anguillian newspaper and Probation and You article. We are always open to questions. We have a Facebook page. You can call us at 497-7343. You can email me, jocelyn.johnson@gov.ai, if you have any questions about probation. So again, we talked about we mentioned a little bit about probation orders. Oftentimes, when an offender appears before the court, whether the individual pleads or is found guilty, they can be given a probation order. But prior to that, however, probation officers are charged with writing what we call a pre-sentence report. In that report, the probation officer details the life circumstance of the individual, their age, their family connections, if there was a history of previous offending, how those were dealt with, what interventions were utilized at school, but most importantly as well, the probation officer offers a risk assessment for the court to make a determination as to the suitability of the individual to adhere to probation conditions. Once the court decides on a probation order, that order can be a probation order, which is a supervision order. It can be a combination order, which is a combination of probation, supervision, and community service. Or it can be a counseling order, or again, probation, a combination of those, right? So then the probation officer meets with the individual, the probationer, develops an individual care plan and looks at long-term and short-term goals. How would we go about addressing the criminogenic needs, and that spans the length of the probationary period. However, it is not a static document because a supervision plan, rather, not a care plan, a supervision plan can be developed, but 2 quarters into the plan, something changes. Because from the supervision plan, the officer is required to develop quarterly plans or quarterly specific type interventions, knowing week by week or month by month what is to be done with the probationer. And if life circumstances change, sometimes persons may have a death in the family or they may have a breakup of a relationship, the intervention can shift because the needs of the offender then at that point shifts. And we know that if persons are abusing alcohol, for instance, or engage in any type of substance abuse or misuse, that those kind of things can trigger a relapse. Therefore, the intervention has to change. So that is the approach under which the probation order is managed. Each order can contain conditions. I think I spoke earlier about some of the conditions. It could be curfew, it could be not to go to a place, it could be maintain employment, seek employment. Those are the conditions that the probation officer would supervise.
Ms. J, I know that you spoke earlier about the electronic monitoring. Maybe you can share some insight on how that tool will be used to monitor and supervise probationers in the near and upcoming future.
Is that a question from the chat? Yeah. Were there any questions in the chat? 'Cause we had said, okay, no questions in the chat. I think, yeah.
We'll be happy to answer them through this medium.
Medium, yes. I guess we're quite clear. Okay, so I mentioned electronic monitoring earlier because what that affords, again, is basically tracking. It's a system, it's a unit that is attached to the offender's, a probationer's ankle, and with that, there are conditions set with regards to location, inclusions or exclusion zones, as I mentioned before. So that will be a great help in terms of the monitoring and supervision of offenders for for probation. Because in the past, over the past 20 years, while we managed curfew, I don't think the system that we utilized, and it was something that we had no choice with, I don't know how effective that was, in that we did physical checks. So probation officers would go out 2 or 3 times a week, make checks on persons under the supervision of the department. They'll be required to sign a document that they were home at the required time and those kind of things. Now, with the implementation of electronic monitoring, that labor-intensive approach now goes out the door. So that's a great plus for the department. Any questions, Lloyd? Sorry.
You said that you had a activities or the activities still planned for the rest of the
Bingo night. We have a big bingo night planned for tomorrow night, the Anguilla Football Stadium. And I was saying we are pleased to have bingo aficionado Mr. Elliot Forbes hosting that event for us. The grand prize is 3,000 US dollars. It is $10 per ticket. Tickets can be gotten from members of the Department of Probation, from Tackle Box, Inland Revenue, and from Valdez Bar and Lounge in Sandy Ground.
We'll also be selling tickets on the road today, so come on out so that you can purchase your tickets.
Yes, yes, yes. We'll be.
Tickets can also be had tomorrow night.
Yes, at the event. So what's going to happen in the valley is we're going to exchange a T-shirt for a ticket. Well, it's exchange is no robbery, right? So that was a joke, by the way. Oh, goodness. So we're heading east now to J.W. Proctor's Probation on the Road, our community engagement activity.
So yes, folks, we are in South Hill, Upper South Hill, just passing the juice bar, coming up Atlantic Star. So you have time to go to JW Practice and wait for us as we get closer. You have a chance to win um, t-shirts or whatever, just by answering a simple question or just showing up. So come on out and be a part of this 20th anniversary of the Department of Probation and their week of activities. The Department of Probation, it just don't have that. They also have a satellite unit which is called
Zenita Haven,
Zenata Haven.
which is the Juvenile Residential Center, that we are in the process of exploring the building of a purpose-built facility. Um, Funds would have been allocated for that activity. We know with the airport expansion project, and even prior to that, that the current home has to be relocated, demolished for the airport project, and therefore relocated. So we are in the process of laying the groundwork for a purpose-built facility. In the next 2 weeks, Mrs. Forbes, the architect assigned um, to the plan to construct the plans, and the PS Social Development will be traveling to Colorado to have a view or site visit with regards to facilities that are there. This was a recommendation made by a colleague in TCI, as they are now currently looking at the establishment of a residential center on that island. So they paid a site visit to Colorado. They were quite impressed with the architectural designs of the facilities there. And since this is a new, unknown area to many of us, I thought it best to advance that recommendation to the PS, and it was taken on. So we are looking forward to being informed and really erecting rather, a building not only meets the current needs, but a building for the future.
Presently, how many residents are in Zenata Haven, and what's the average stay?
Do we release that information? However, the average stay would be 12 to 18 months, because again, a resident can get 6 months to 3 years on a residential order. The legislation speaks to a probation order with a condition of residency.
Okay. I understand the other part is privilege.
It's a 10-bed facility. It's a 10-bed facility for boys only that was established some 16 years ago as a short-term interim measure.
And at the center, are they handed out like vocational training?
They're allowed to attend school once they are registered for school, and if they have already left school, like you're saying, opportunities are sought for their employment, apprenticeship, or engagement in some form or other. Um, Additional studies, if there's education, we would engage our educational agencies outside of the formal process to engage them educationally.
Folks, we just passed the Northfield Junction on our way to Proctor's, JW Proctor's, where we would anticipate a large number of you would come out and celebrate with the Department of Youth and Probation.
Probation.
And it will be a 20th year of service to the nation of Anguilla.
Mhm. Yes, so 20 years ago, when the department started, it started with myself as chief probation officer.
I was about to ask if you were
And
the first chief
so,
probation.
yes, I'm the first chief probation officer, and Christine Brooks, who is the senior probation officer with responsibilities for juveniles. I'm saying juveniles, but I don't know if that's any longer in our legislation, or should it be children? Um, and then following the two of us, James Carty came on as a probation officer. What was interesting to me is that Tashanta Brooks, who hopefully is still on live, she was home on a summer for summer and came to the department expressing an interest, and she interned at the department every summer until she graduated, and thereafter was the first probation officer adult with the department. Marilyn Hodge was the first counselor we had. Toya Carty was the first community service officer. And now we have Jackie Harrigan as the first community service diversion officer.
Earlier you made mention that it was 7 and now it's
The
33.
organizational chart, yes. So, like I've said, when we started probation, it was an organizational chart of 7, only looking at probation supervision. Since that time, the community service officer was added, so that person was responsible for coordinating and supervising unpaid work in the community, which means that they had to go out and actively seek persons who are willing to undertake or to agree to placements for persons to do unpaid work. You can appreciate that in more recent times, getting placements has become a bit more challenging, but we still work very hard to find placements for persons who are given community service hours. Then there was the addition of the counselor also. So the counselor supports both sides of the department, the offender management side and the residential side, including supporting staff as needed. Then we introduced residential care, and that then established both sides of the department, as I mentioned. So we have
15 years ago, right?
Yes. So we have the offender management side, which is probation, parole, community service, now diversion, and counseling. Then you have the residential side, which is Zenada Haven. So that is how we have come to the organizational chart of 33, including the 8 relief staff at Zenada.
So the number sounds large, but when you
Large.
break it
When you,
down,
yep,
it's insufficient.
yep. Because currently we're not even close to that. Zenada is significantly understaffed, significantly. Um, and that is concerning with the expectation of a 24/7 facility. It's hard, like I said, it's very difficult recruiting staff for Zenada, but it's something that we're trying to manage currently with the vacancies that that are present. We are happy that one of our juvenile care workers who came to us as an intern for school, then a relief worker, then a juvenile care worker, has just had a promotion. So those are the things we're seeing there at Zenada. So the persons there continue to do great work, but it's getting persons in and staying because it is stressful work. when you're dealing with juveniles, again, when I mentioned in the interview on Anguilla Rebranded, who themselves are not sure why they're feeling how they're feeling, unable to express themselves in age appropriate ways, that can take a toll on the individual. So oftentimes people give up and say this is too much, you know. But so it takes a lot. It takes a lot out of individuals to stay the course in this area of work because you're dealing with people. And I was mentioning as well that with the Caribbean Association of Probation and Parole, on May 29th, with the assistance of Dr. Banks Devonish, we hosted the first lunchtime series with that organization looking at mental health in community supervision and the importance of maintaining your, your individual mental health um, while doing this work.
So yes, folks, we are in the valley right now, and we've just come up to the commercial center west of the post office on our way to JW Proctor's, where we will be there for a few, then heading to Best Buy, and then heading to
Grillers area.
Grillers area and Stony Ground, Cackling area.
Yes.
So you can follow us. You can follow us online, or you can follow us in person. And you already know our stops. We're going to Proctor's, Best Buy East, and then to Grillers.
And please pose any questions that you may have in the chat. This is your day, your community engagement day, to ask whatever you want about um, the Department of Probation, the services that we offer, and what assistance we can afford you, because it's important as well in because a bit of our work, um, as I said, is community outreach. So we've delivered presentations on bullying and conflict resolutions in the schools. If you have an organization and you want that type of support, we are open to offering it, because our work is not only about the management of offenders, but connecting with the community and assisting in areas that we see are recurring themes in our work. Anything more?
Just want to take some time to big up our sponsors, persons who would have contributed to the success of the bingo event that is happening tomorrow at the AFA Stadium. Please come out, come out. I'll take this time to say thank you to persons like Aroa, Garvey Sunshine Shack, Anglec, um, Capchuluka, just to name a few persons who will be thanking in their entirety tomorrow evening. So come on out and support the bingo. It shall be fun. Lots of prizes to win, which includes lunches, massages, cash prizes, and the big, big prize of 3,000 US dollars, which can help greatly in this time.
Yes, thank you for that, Yoshida. And Yoshida is the one who's spearheading the organization of the bingo night. So a big thank you to her for that. And a big thank you to the members of the SMT team at probation for this week of activities. Um, it's not always easy pulling off a week of activities. We're almost at the end, and so far I can say that the events that have been executed so far have gone without a hitch. So a big thank you to my team and to those now currently on the road executing probation on the road, our community outreach activity for this year's Probation Week 2025 as part of our 20th anniversary activities. I mentioned that in January. Oh, goodness. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Could we have some bags? 20th anniversary? We're getting some bags on the bag. People to bring, yes, to bring the bag. This one is empty, that's why. But if you want an empty one plus one with stuff, I could. We've been. So we've, yeah, okay. So we stopped. We started at the highway. South Hill. So we went west and now we're east. Can we get some more bags here, please? How are you? Good, good, good.
Hello, hello, hello.
So this is our community outreach event, Probation on the Road. And we close off our week of activities tomorrow with a big bingo night. So if you're not coming, send somebody. All righty, take care. Hello, hello, hello. Probation on the Road. So we're here at J.W. Proctor's with our probation. I'm not hearing me. Am I hearing me? With our Probation on the Road event with some giveaways. So if you're close by, you want to answer a question? No questions? Okay, all righty. I'll catch you next time. Probation on the Road. Our community engagement event with the community. Good afternoon. Hi.
Invite me.
Invite you to what? How are you, Jensen? They have a bag here for you. They come for a bag for you?
Oh, no, I come for one for myself.
For yourself? Okay. Because this is our... Turning around, let me look at Jensen. This is Jensen Buchanan, one of our
Past resident.
past resident and success stories at Zenada, and also a Men's Week honoree. We're so proud of Jensen, so proud of him. And here you go.
I'll give thanks a million.
All righty. You take care. Good seeing
Same
you.
to you.
All righty. Goodness.
Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, you going? Yeah. I'm coming too.
Yes, people, we're here at J.W. Proctor's. I see some of my staff moving through the corridors, giving bags. And good afternoon. Do we have any more bags here? Are we done with bags? Are we done? Okay. So we're moving on to Best Buy East. We made a short stop here, and we're heading to Best Buy. So we made a short stop at J.W. Proctor's. We had a lot of shy people, not so willing, but we were able to give some giveaways. We're now heading to Best Buy East. Yeah, I know. All right. Up before we make a move towards Best Buy. Thank you. And we're going to be moving out. Thanks. Alrighty, short and sweet stop. Oh, Mr. Hodge. I don't bet. I'm